So today is the day that we are going to be going through my makeup inventory. I always really enjoy doing these videos, but it does take some time because you have to like take pictures of everything. But we're going to go through all of the makeup in my collection and we're going to see if it's gone up or down since the last time I did this, which was back in December, but I posted in January. So it's been 6 months. I like to do these every 6 months. I also will see how it compares to July of last year because I have those numbers as well. So anyway, sit back, enjoy the video. This is something that you enjoy watching. I know I personally enjoy watching these videos because then you can really be nosy about what people have. And let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna do it just alphabetically the way I have my list. So eyeshadow is gonna be coming up pretty fast. I'm not going to save it to the last, even though it's probably the most exciting category, but I have obviously split up all of my products into different categories. And so the first one that I have is concealers. So I'm showing that I have 9 concealers at the moment. Back in December, I also had 9. And then in July last year, I had 7. So I'm trying to think. I did get the Revolution Skin Silk this year. I'm trying to think what other item, maybe I just finished one and then that was the replacement. That must have been it because obviously this one hasn't changed. And then obviously from last year, what changed from last year? I'm trying to think. Oh yes, I picked up an Essence one this year. So maybe I finished 2 concealers and then I picked up 2 and then they just swapped over. I don't know, but those are all my concealers. There are a few that are towards getting empty, like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer I could definitely finish if I wanted to, if I rolled it into a project pan. I'm currently trying to project pan my EVH concealer right now, so the e.l.f. one maybe would be a good one to do after that. I'm not wearing that much concealer at the moment, so it's a little bit harder to to try to project pan, but we'll see. All right, next up is cream blush. So cream, I'm looking down at my notes. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at you. Cream blush, we have 6. So this one has gone up. In December, I had 4. And then this time last year, I had 3. However, in December of 2023, I had 5. So it was like at a 5, it went down and it's gone back up again. It's never gone higher than where it is. Oh no, wait. June of 2022, I had 9 cream blushes. What was I thinking? Okay, I take it back. It's definitely gone up since the last couple of updates. I don't feel too bad about that. I still have the ones that I really enjoy, which would be the 2 MAC ones that I have. I also have like a Bum Bum Cheek Lip and Cheek duo. I'm trying to think. I did just pick up an Essence one that I have yet to try. So it looks more like a balmy instead of like a cream blush, but I haven't tried it yet. Oh yeah, I just got a Catrice one that I haven't tried yet either. So there's 2 there that I literally just bought the last like 2 weeks. So that's fine. Otherwise it would have stayed at 4. So had I held on just a little bit longer, I wouldn't have ruined this. But anyway, next up we've got cream bronzer. I know this one has not changed. I have 4 and I had 4 6 months ago and I had 4 a year ago and they are all the same 4. I feel like I have the perfect balance with those 4. I have a couple that work really well in the summertime and then others that work way better when I'm just like ghostly pale, but I still want a little bit of bronze in the winter time. So there's definitely, you know, a lot there that I can use. What's going on with my throat? I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice and I haven't even started this video. Okay, next up we've got cream highlighter. So this one, I only have 1 because I count my Colourpop Super Shock highlighters as cream because they're kind of creamy anyway. And the way that I apply them as if I were applying a cream item. So for me, they are categorized in the cream highlighter section. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any. So for the longest time, I had 2 and then I had 3. And then I had back down to 2 and now I just have the 1, which is actually a very icy pale green flip. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to pan that one. But the other 2 I have panned to completion. I didn't get rid of them. I actually finished them, which I'm so super excited and proud of. I like that I did that. So yeah, only have the 1. I don't really see myself buying any more cream highlighters unless something comes up and I'm like, wow, I cannot not have that. But there's nothing that comes to mind where I feel like it's out in the market already and I really want it. So I don't think this is a category that I need to worry about at all. Then we have duos. So whenever there's like a blush and a highlighter, or a blush and a bronzer, or a highlighter and a bronzer, you know the drill. When there's like two of something, I have just counted as a duo. I didn't really want to count it as like a single bronzer and a single blush. It just became harder to track that way. I also didn't want to count it as a face palette because I feel like it's not big enough for a face palette. So my duos have actually diminished to 0. 6 months ago, I had 3 of them, and I did end up decluttering them all because I was just not using them. I don't think they're the type of item that I enjoy using, quite frankly. I had the same 3 for a long time. It was the same that I had a year ago too. And it didn't go up, and I never really wanted to pan them. I never wanted to use them. So I ended up getting rid of those, which were mostly blush with highlighters. They were pretty shades. I know there was an e.l.f. one. There was one I got in a beauty box, and there was also an Ofra one. And I ended up just decluttering them. I don't need them in my collection, and they weren't my preference, obviously, because I just never went into them. So that is probably not a category that I need to worry about unless I go out and buy, like, I don't know, the Revolution dupes, you know, of the Patrick Tar, you know, when you have like the blush and the highlighter, although I think those are 3s. So those are probably potentially face palettes. I don't know. Regardless, we don't need to worry about this category. Next up, we've got eye base. Really boring category for me. I have 2. I had 3 6 months ago. I did end up decluttering the Gloss Gods one because it's literally white. And I just don't do, you know, makeup in that style, right? I don't need to have a pure white eye base. If I were a makeup artist, or, you know, I really was like focused on doing something like that, I would absolutely keep in my collection for when I needed it. But honestly, I don't need that. Not for my everyday use. There's just no point keeping it in my collection. And then we've got eye glitter. So eye glitter, I kind of count the Jelly Much shadows from Colourpop as eye glitters because there is glitter inside them, and I do consider them more of a glitter as opposed to like a single shadow. So you'll see some of those there. I did also just recently got a loose pigment from Gloss Gods. It was free with purchase, so this one's gone up. I used to have 5, or I would consider 5. I also have a NYX one too. I just don't use glitters all that much, and when I do, it's just for fun, and it's like maybe every 2-3 months I'll do it, and then I won't do it again. So this is a category I could absolutely declutter it all, but I haven't tried the Gloss Gods one, and honestly I don't need to declutter them because even the Jelly Much from Colourpop, as old as they are probably like 2-3 years old now, they still work fine, and I don't have to add anything to get them like all smooth and everything. They're actually still very much like soft inside, and they haven't dried out. So it's gone up to 6. It's fine. I don't care. And then we've got eyebrow product. I have, for as long as I can remember, never really done anything with my eyebrows. It's only recently that I have really just been consistent of using eyeshadow in my eyebrows. So in terms of eyebrow products, I have had them in the past, obviously, but they've never been something that I've gone out and buy over and over and over again. I've tried a few things, or I've got items through makeup boxes or like mystery boxes. So this one has gone down because, quite frankly, I don't need them. So I only have one, and it's a little mini ABH eyebrow pencil, and I never use it. I don't need to use it, but I still have it just in case, right? So, and it was always a mini. It came, I didn't buy it. It came in one of those like subscription boxes where I used to get really back in the day. So it's a very old item of what I have. But I only have the one. So that has actually gone down because I had 2 in December. Okay, moving on, we've got eyeliner. So I group liquid liner and just general like pencils in this category. This one's gone up to 17. I had 16 6 months ago, and I had 15 a year ago. Why has it gone up 2 times? I'm trying to think. There's literally only one. Oh no, I know why it's gone up. It's gone up because I got this Essence eye brightener pen, and I put this in my waterline all the time. I actually was going to put it in my waterline today, but I forgot. This is the one that I bought this year. I'm trying to think of what else I got that is the reason it went up from last year. I don't recall, but I've also ended up just getting a lot of these through those subscription boxes that I used to have, or, you know, items free with purchase. You know, if you like buy stuff from these big department stores, they like throw in a pencil in the order all the time. I also got 2 liquid liners from What's Up Beauty as sort of a PR. So that was very kind for them to send those to me. So these have always stayed pretty high, even though I never go into them. So I don't never need to buy a black eyeliner because I have so many, but I also do have a couple white ones and some other Colourpop ones that are very, very old and probably all dried out. But yeah, I don't do anything with these. Okay, next up we go into eyeshadow palettes. So we're already here. I have quite a lot of photos from our eyeshadow palettes, so I'll try to be a little slow so you can get through them all. I grouped them by brand. But this one, surprisingly, really isn't all that different. It's not that surprising though, because I did do a declutter a couple months ago. I have 69 eyeshadow palettes right now in my collection. This has only gone up by 1 since December, even though you've seen me buy eyeshadow palettes in the last 6 months. I mean, clearly I have been changing this up, but I did end up decluttering a few eyeshadow palettes, like I said in my last declutter, and it's just balanced it out. So I haven't actually ended up with really any more other than 1 extra since the start of the year. This time last year I had 55, so that one has definitely gone up from last year. However, in December of 2023 I had 68, so I'm pretty much back where I was there. And then if we go back 2 years, of July of 2023, I had 78. So it has changed, it's shifted, but it's kind of stayed around the same sort of 50 to 60 to 70-ish. And also, it's not really all from decluttering. I have obviously decluttered palettes, but also I think during that time when I had 78, a lot of my Colourpop palettes were still considered palettes, and then I ended up putting them as singles. So yeah, I think that's when, yeah, that's definitely when the single shadow jumped in numbers. So regardless, I'm at 69. I think it's a decent number to have. It's still way too many for like the average person. And that's why I do like a lot of different projects to try to get through them all, like No Pan Left Behind and everything like that, because I don't want to have eyeshadow that I neglect. And then if I see myself just not using some eyeshadow in my collection, it does end up going on the chopping block. Even though it might be something that I kind of enjoy, if I don't push myself or find an excuse, I guess, to use it, or just use it because I want to use it, there must be a reason why I'm not using it, right? So anyway, those are my eyeshadow palettes. Hopefully we went through all the pictures by now. I don't actually know. I'll have to figure it out. Not. Okay, moving on, we've got face palettes. So face palettes, I would consider anything, like I said, with more than 2, right? Because obviously I had the duos counted separately. So my face palettes have actually gone down since the beginning of the year. I had 14 in December, and now I have 12. This time last year I had 14 as well. So this one's gone down simply because I have ended up panning 2 shades from my BH Cosmetics Belgium Waffle palette, and then I ended up decluttering the palette altogether. I'm going to be saving one of the highlighter shades, which I will be depotting soon. I will be doing a depotting video and like rearranging some shadows in certain palettes, but I just haven't got the time to do it yet. I figured maybe I'll just do that in September. I don't really know. I don't think I'm going to do that during the summer months. But I do have some projects that I specifically want to do for some of the makeup that I've technically decluttered, but it's still sitting around, and I want to save maybe 1 or 2 shades. I'm thinking maybe I will grab a palette that I have decluttered, remove shades that I don't like in that one, and then put shades that I do like from other palettes inside and create my own sort of little mini palette. There's definitely, I have some ideas floating around in my head. So that will be coming hopefully in September, which I know seems a long way away, but it's going to be here any minute. But anyway, yeah, this one's gone down. I think the other one, maybe I decluttered my Natasha Denona one. That's why it's gone down too. Okay, moving on, we've got face powders. So face powders has gone up. I have 14 right now. 6 months ago, I had 12, and then a year ago, I had 11. So this one has creeped up. It's not a category that I ever really cared for, but I have ended up appreciating like the benefit of having like a pressed powder and loose powder at certain times. There's still days where I don't wear it, like I'm not wearing it today. I'm like a shiny little goddess today, or maybe not, I don't know. I don't mind the oils on my skin peeking through, but sometimes it can be a little too much, right? So moving on, Freckle pens, super boring. I just have the one. It's great. It's from Nabla. I will rebuy it once this one is out. I don't need another Freckle pen, but it's in here. I tracked it last time. December 2023, I had two, which one was from She Glam. So I got rid of that one. That one was fine too. I just didn't need it because I prefer the Nabla one. And now ever since, I haven't needed another one. Moving on, we're into lip balms and lip oils. I kind of group these together. Anything that's kind of like a balmy sort of lip product that I don't technically feel belongs either in a lip gloss or in a lipstick. I kind of just mesh them all in here. So right now, currently, I only have 11. Now I say I only because back in December of 2021, I had 22. So that's as high as I had. And then I think I decluttered a lot. I got down to 11 in December of 2022. And then it's been hovering quite a lot. In July of 2024, I had 6. And now it's gone back up to 11. It was 11 in December and 11 now. So this one is fine. I don't feel like, I mean, it hasn't changed, right? I think I have actually got a few new ones. So I think it hasn't changed because I potentially decluttered some. That's probably what's happening because I definitely have not finished any because I am terrible at finishing lip products. I just can't do it. Next up, we've got lip liners. So this is something that I never used to use before. For like from 2021 up until December of like last year, like 6 months ago, I only had 4 lip liners in my collection and it never changed, never changed. And now I have 8 and it's because I picked up a bunch from Essence and I really enjoy them. So I have 8 now, which is fine. I use the actual Essence 8-Hour Lip Comfort Liner all the time. And I have obviously, I think it's 4 shades. I have basically 3 neutral shades and then 1 red. And I think that's the 4 that I've added to my collection. So this one is absolutely increased. It's doubled since December, but I'm not worried about it. I don't care. Next up, we've got lip gloss. So lip gloss has always been a tricky one for me. I'm a part of the minority, even like in the summer, everyone's like, oh, I love my lip gloss, blah, blah, blah. I just don't really like wearing lip gloss. I think it looks pretty and then after a while it just goes away or my hair gets stuck in it. It's just not a product that I can wear all the time. It just feels unpleasant on my lips. I know that people feel this way about maybe lipstick or liquid lip. I feel the opposite way. So lip gloss is never something that, I mean, it's something that I still buy. I still try because there's very pretty items out there, but I don't think it's for me. So currently I have 14. This has gone down. I had 16 in December and a year ago I had 15. I'm just looking at the highest I've ever had was in December of 2024. I had 20. So still not like a huge, like that's a lot of lip gloss, but in reality, compared to the other lip products that I'm going to be talking about, it's actually not that much. So it definitely has always been an item that I've never really cared about. But yeah, I have 14. I'm very happy with what I have. I don't feel like I have anything I don't like. So I'm very thorough with my declutters. I might not declutter that much, but I try to keep stuff that I like. Okay, moving on, we've got lipstick. Lipstick is a problem for me. Not that I feel like I wear it all the time, but I've always had too much lipstick and I can never finish a lipstick. So the highest that I've ever had is 52, and that was in June of 2022. I currently have 36. It's still high, and this has gone up. So in December, like 6 months ago, I had 30, so it's gone up 6. And then a year ago, I had 29. So I did a pretty good job from 52, and then I got it down to 29, and it was around 29 for 2 years. And now it's 36, so ooh, I need to control my lipstick. I have a lipstick problem, but it's fine. I think most of the lipstick that I have in my collection is really nice and I really enjoy it. And I don't feel like I have anything currently now that I don't like need, you know? I don't need any of it, but you know what I mean? Like, I like all of the shades and I feel like they're all quite unique from each other. This is a new one that I picked up this year. So this is definitely one of the new ones. This is my Revolution one. This is so beautiful. I honestly want to have more. I just think the texture is so creamy. This is the Lover Nude shade. So it's a very nude, almost peachy shade, honestly, on me. And I really, really, really enjoy it. But anyway, so that's the new one that I'm wearing right now. Then we are on to liquid blush. So this one's definitely gone up. For a long time, I never felt the need to have a liquid blush, but yeah, it's gone up. So I currently have 8 because I did end up getting quite a lot of the Essence. I got 3 of their baby blushes, and then I also ended up getting 3, wait, does that make, yeah. Then I got 3 of the Maybelline Sun Kisser, and this was just recently, which I have tried 2 of them already, and they're beautiful. I'm so happy that I got them because they're absolutely stunning. But anyway, this is 8 now. I used to only have 2, so this has jumped up quite a lot, and this was all just from this year, obviously, because in December I had 2, a year ago I only had 2, 2 years ago I had none. So yeah, this one has moved up. Then we're on to liquid bronzer. So this one I don't feel too bad about. I have 3 right now. I had 2 back in December and I had 2 years ago. I did actually end up decluttering the Physicians Formula and then I brought it back. So I decluttered it and then I thought, nah, you know what? I will keep it. And now I have 3. So I could have ended up with 2, but whatever. All right, moving on, we've got liquid highlighters. So this one, I used to have as many as 9 liquid highlighters. That was back in December 2021. What was I thinking? I'm wondering what those products were. That is crazy. But right now, currently, I only have 3, and I had 3 6 months ago. So this one hasn't moved up, and I had, I mean, it did move up from last year. I had 1 only last year, so it's gone up 2 times. But yeah, I just don't know what I was doing in 2021. Anyway, moving on, we've got liquid lipstick, or lip tints. This is the item that I hear the most about people hating, and I love them. So I always feel triggered when people say they don't like them because there's so many nice formulas out there. Anyway, so now this one's gone up. I actually have the most that I've ever had. This is at 23, which is not crazy, but it is an item that I like to have, so I can see why it's creeping up. In December, I had 21, and then this time last year I had 16. So it has gone up. I did pick up 2 from Essence. I'm just thinking of what else I picked up. Because that I can't think of what else I've picked up to make that go up so much. It hasn't been anything else. What has it been? What have I picked up to make that go? I don't know, but I'm really liking the ones that I wear, so I don't mind. Anyway, moving on, we've got mascara. So mascara is something that I use all the time, and I currently only have 2 open right now, and I do have 2 more that I have not opened. So I have 4 currently. In December I had 5, and then a year ago I had 4. So I think 4 is a great number. I usually only want to have 1 open, but one of them is a brown. It's the Revolution Big Lash, and I wanted to try like brown mascara. Unfortunately, I just don't like this mascara. So I think I just don't like the formula. It's like, it doesn't really show up on my eyes at all. So I don't know if it's because it's brown or because I don't like the wand from Revolution, but anyway, that's why I have 2 open right now, because one is technically like a colored mascara, even though it's only brown. And then I had, 2 more I haven't opened. Moving on, we have powder blush. So this one has changed from December. I have 16 right now, and I had 18 6 months ago. I did, however, only have 12 a year ago. So it's gone up from last year, but it has gone down a little bit from December. I ended up decluttering some products in my recent declutter. A lot of it was blush. I think I broke a lot of hearts because I got rid of a lot of my shimmery blush because I'm just not a fan of it, quite honestly. It's just not for me. I can see it looking really beautiful, especially in the summertime. It gives a gorgeous glow, but I like to have my glow maybe from highlighters or like the natural shine of my oils as opposed to a shimmery blush. For me personally, maybe if I didn't have oily combo skin, I would like it more. I don't really know, but I already get a lot of oils and a lot of shine, and I feel like I don't need a shimmery blush. It always just looks a little harsh on me. So I got rid of quite a few of those, and I think that's how I ended up getting less, because I have been buying blush. Like I'm just looking at this new one right here that I just picked up from Essence like 2 months ago. This is the So Cherry. This is a new one, and it's a powder blush. So yeah, I think I ended up getting rid of quite a lot of blush, but they were also older items that I just wasn't using. Moving on, we've got powder bronzer. This one has gone up. So I currently have 8. I had 7 back in December. I did have 4 a year ago. Bronzer's never been something that I've been very interested in, but it obviously has expanded a little bit. However, I really do like all of the bronzers that I currently have. There might just be like one where I'm kind of holding on to it just because, and it is the K-Beauty one from the brand The Same, because it technically is not a bronzer. It's just a bronzer shade in their blush category, because they don't really have bronzers that I could, and I was like doing an all face of K-Beauty. So I have kept that one because it actually is quite a nice, very cool tone bronzer on me in the winter time for when I need it. But it potentially could be something that I don't keep forever. We'll see. Moving on, we've got powder highlighter. So powder highlighter, I have 11 right now. I do find highlighters to be really, really beautiful, and I really enjoy them, and I get into the hype and everything, but it's rarely a product that I can really finish, right? So I try to keep this as low as possible. 11 is actually down from the beginning of the year. I had 12, and then this time last year I also had 11. So it's kind of hovered around the same. So I'm happy that it hasn't grown. I think the highest I've ever had was 16, and that was back in July of 2023, which again sounds like, I mean, it is a lot, but you know, I feel like that's all right. That's all right. But bear in mind, like I don't count the highlighters in my face palettes. Those are like my face palettes. So there are still a lot of highlighters in my collection that I technically not counted in here because they're like in my face palette. So I know a lot of people count them like individually, and that would make my numbers change quite a lot. And I did do that a couple years ago, but I decided not to because it was just getting too hard to track. Okay, moving on, we've got primers. Primer has always been something that I've struggled with. I don't know what it is. I know it's an item that you can skip for the most part sometimes if you have like good skincare and everything, but I can't help myself. Primer has always been an issue for me. I don't know what it is, whether it's tinted, glowy, it adds, like it blurs, it fills pore filling, it minimizes whatever, it makes me youthful, it reverses age by 100,000 years. You know, I fall into the hype of primers, right? So the highest I've ever had was 16, and that was back in December of 2021. I currently have, no, wait, that's wrong. No, the highest I've ever had was December, just 6 months ago. I had 18 primers. What am I thinking? I do have 15 right now, which is still high. So it's gone down 3 since, yeah, 6 months ago. I do make a focus of trying to have a primer in my project plan at all times, so I know to finish something. But wow, yeah, that's 18. I thought my highest was 16, but no, it was 6 months ago. A year ago, I had 14. So I was doing a little bit better a year ago. I have 15 right now. Yeah, and that doesn't count like the SPFs. Like I have like 2 Garnier SPFs. I have 2 Revolution SPFs, which I have not counted in this at all because I do use them before I do my makeup. And so technically they could be primers, but they're also skincare SPFs. So I feel like, well, they're just SPFs, so they're not technically primers, even though I do keep them with my primers. So you could call me a liar. I mean, in that case, I probably have like 19 or 20. But let's not get there because it is an issue for me. So I don't know what it is. It's such a boring category, but I don't know. I just realized that, did I ever talk about foundation? I feel like I skipped foundation. Let's go back up. I definitely skipped foundation. I'm just realizing because obviously I'm thinking primer and foundation go together. I definitely did not talk about my foundation. So yeah, I skipped it. Okay. All right. So yeah, it was just after my face powders. Oh, what am I doing? Oh my gosh, I have totally been telling you lies. So I said my face powders had gone up. They've gone down. They've gone down to 10. I feel so much better because right under that is foundation. So foundation, I have 14. right? And this one has just recently gone up because I went and bought a load of stuff, obviously, right? But I actually have been really doing well at getting through my foundation. And I had 12 in December. I had 11 this time last year. And I feel like this is a really good number. 14 is actually not the highest it's ever been. The highest it's ever been is 15 back in June of 2022. And I don't feel too bad about it because I'm working through quite a lot of foundation and it's just an item that I can pan and finish. I very rarely will declutter something. I did declutter at least one foundation. It was from Makeup Revolution in my last declutter because it was like paste. So I got rid of that one. It was the in real life one. I just couldn't make it work for me. But the rest of the ones I have in my collection, I can make them work. And so I will use them. Anyway, sorry about that. I totally skipped over foundation and I messed up my face powders. I will let Editing Gabby figure this out because hopefully my numbers have been correct. I'm literally looking at them, but like, why? I'm just bland. I'm bland. Okay, anyway, after primer, we have settings, sprays, or mists. I never talk about these. I don't even show them. I shop my stash, but I do have 4, right? Because I sit them on my counter and there's just no point pulling them out anymore because I rarely go into them anyway. I had 4 6 months ago. I had 4 a year ago. I had 4 2 years ago. So this one hasn't changed and it's the same 4. Maybe not the same 4. Maybe one has changed, but probably changed like a year ago. I just don't really care. I don't really care about these items, so I don't really buy them. And then we have single shadows. So this one definitely changed at the point that I changed my Colourpop where I put them in my single eyeshadow palette. This one expanded. So the number is very high, but it's literally because I put all my 9 pans of Colourpop, which I had like 12 of them or whatever, and a few of my 12 pans. So I have a lot. Anyway, I also have some single shadows that I've bought that you can actually buy as a single shadow. And then I also have singles that I've bought myself from either Pastel Roses or I have ones that I have depotted. So I will plaster those on the screen. Anyway, the total number, if I'm correct, is 153, which sounds crazy. But in December of this year, it was 164. And then a year ago, it was 149. So it's been around 150, let's just say. It's kind of hovering, makes sense. I guess I decluttered a few that I wasn't using, but otherwise, majority of those are my Colourpop, and I don't care because it is what it is, so. And then the last one, a very boring little category, is water-activated liner. I could put this with my eyeliners, but I just keep them separate. I have 3, it's the same 3 that I had 6 months ago, same 3 I had a year ago, and it's from Gloss Gods, just those 3 water-activated liners. I don't know if they're the best, honestly. Like, whenever I use it, I don't think it is the best. I'm sure if I used Glisten water-activated liners, it probably would make a lot more sense, and I would have more fun. Maybe I would do a little better looks, but I mean, I'm not gonna spend the money to go and buy some more of that if I don't really do sort of graphic liner all that much. But anyway, that is it. That's my makeup collection. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hopefully I haven't jumbled up all the numbers in this video. I definitely think I messed up face powders, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh wait, there is one more stat that I want to talk about because I like to look at like the total numbers that I have. So in total, I currently have 472 makeup items in my collection. Crazy, right? In December, I had 475. So it's gone down 1%. 1%. No, a year ago, I had 414 makeup items. So it's actually, from a year ago, it's expanded and gone up 14%. So anyway, I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, in the last 6 months, it's all right, but it's because I have actually done declutter. But yeah, year on year, it's gone up. And I've seen like from the previous years too, it's gone up every single year. So even though I'm a project panner, I do have a makeup buying problem. So just FYI, I am no better than anybody else. I still buy way too much makeup. I still have way too much makeup. But I do find pleasure in what I have, and I do try to use it all. So that's my only excuse. Anyway, thank you so much. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.